What's good, everybody? It's your boy Mark Summers, MajorsHouse.com, and I'm testing something. I'm always trying to be in the forefront of various things, even though this is clearly not the forefront. I don't know. I just wanted to test something. So earlier today, I picked up a Joby. I'm trying to get it here. Joby Gorilla Pod. It's this little thing here. I don't know exactly what I have, if it's set up, if it's illegal. But I have it wrapped around, what's it, the rearview mirror. It's wrapped around it, off to the side. I can still see what's going on behind me. But then again, you guys can too. Well, if it wasn't so bright outside. As a matter of fact, I'm change lanes here. See, because I can see what's behind me. I know what's back there. I know who's back there. It's a blue Honda Civic. A Honda Civic. It's a blue Honda Civic back there. Yeah, I'm just testing this out, see how it's going. Hopefully it'll stay in place, won't jiggle loose. What? It's the least of my worries right now, I guess. I don't know. I just kind of want to see what this is going to be like. Just shooting a video while I'm in my car, so I can still have both of my hands. Oh, yeah, even in there, both of the hands burn on the wheel. But I can still have my hands on the wheel and still be able to do something. And, you know, actually have a decent angle when I'm in a car by myself. Also, it's actually shooting at an angle where anybody who is on the side of me who is actually waiting at the light with me, you know, they're not on camera. You can see everybody else who's whizzing on by, just whizzing on this beautiful North Carolina day. It's beautiful, but it's hot. Obviously, I'm testing things like, you know, 1, recording the video, 2, you know, seeing how it sounds, taking turns, like actively taking turns here to make sure this thing doesn't fly off the handle, which, yeah, saying that now, it totally moved a bit when I took that left turn. But now I'm on the interstate, so hopefully there won't be as many turns going here and there, and we should be okay. But yeah, I'm just shooting here. You know, I think this would be better if I was streaming it. That way, you know, I can actually have these conversations. Be like Forza in real life, or it's like, I'm reading chat while driving, which isn't a good thing. But however, I'm not going like hundreds of miles an hour, and luckily on a Saturday traffic is fairly light on 40. But yeah, it's kind of a weird day. See, I got my hair cut, so you know, it's gone. Unfortunately, anybody on Twitch probably won't see this for another 2 weeks, and by the time they see me again, it'll be poofed up again. But yeah, with that being said, I'm taking a break from Twitch for a little bit. One, maybe for some well-needed mental stability. But also because, like, yeah, we're moving soon, so need to slowly start packing shit up in the office. Maybe, you know, take some time and, you know, put some things in boxes slowly until there's not a PC on a desk anymore. I'm trying to work it out to where email will still be on by the time we move, but that's no guarantee. There, for all intents and purposes, for maybe 2 or 3 days, email will be down. But it's not like any of you are emailing me anything. I'm getting some communication, but not a lot of it. But yeah, so I mean, it's kind of bittersweet. It's weird. A lot of the stuff had been set up, you know, because we were living in Mebane. We were living at this house. It was nice. Was able to set up a studio space and was really happy about it. But yeah, like here's we're going to a new space, whether or not it's gonna be bigger, smaller, same size. I mean, technically I should know that, but it's like eyeballing some shit is one thing, and also using like an ARKit app on your phone to try to virtually measure a room, like that's cool. Apple, it's cool. I forgot whose app I was using. I think it was like AutoCAD or some shit. It's a cool app, but it's really weird. I'm sitting because I'm seeing the cars drive by in my rearview mirror, and then also watching them drive by this camera. Which, by the way, I am using my iPhone for this. I'm actually curious to. I'm testing because I really want to know what mic it's using, because it's plugged into the car. So is it using the microphone in my car? Is it using the phone's microphone? I'd imagine it should be using the phone's microphone. I hope it's using the phone's microphone. Ultimately, though, when I record these videos, I'd like to use a separate audio source, just to make sure I have the audio right. And go back in Premiere and do what I need to do. And of course, here's the traffic. Because people like to wait to the last second to merge. Be a cool thing too if I can actually point the camera in front of me, but I feel like there may be some privacy violations if I'm showing license plates for cars, which in North Carolina, like, cars do not have license plates in the front. So 99% of the cars I drive with on the road, you won't see them. It's like the occasional one, like the New York one that showed up, where like the bright yellow plate caught my eye in the camera. Like, whoa, what the hell was that? Oh, it's a New York car. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to kind of see like what we can do in the new space. I'm really happy about it. I am happy about the new space. One, being closer to my job, which means that any streaming that I do, any content I generate, I can actually spend a little bit more time with it, because one, I'm not having to travel too far from work, so it gives me a little bit more time. So to spend more time at home. Like, you know, I can start earlier, I can end later. I can probably check on some things before I go into work in the morning. So there's that. I am really excited. It's weird. It's like there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of change that's going on with it, which can, you know, cause that fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That FUD, F-U-D, as people like to say. So we'll get behind this car here. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt when things are changing, when you're moving to a new place. Like for me, I'm more like, I can readjust. My thing is, like, the house I'm moving to is older than the one I have. The house I'm moving to does not have built-in Ethernet ports. So for me, that kind of sucks. But that means, like, because now I've become, I mean, as much as I was like the network engineer in my house, like now I actually live with the networking, which is one thing I didn't want to have to do. But I mean, at least if the internet goes down, I can kind of diagnose it from my room. I suppose I'm gonna go from my room to where the network, where the box is, and try to fix it. Oh shit. As much as I love driving, I should probably set this on cruise. I feel like I'm getting distracted by talking. Alright, there we go. It's one thing you can't do in Forza Horizon. You can't set the show, can't set cruise. It did, you know? Yeah, so thank you for tuning in to the MajorsHouse show. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that I have to change, a lot of different processes that I'm going to have to set up. One thing that is a positive, though, is when we move to the new space, we'll be in an area where Spectrum and AT&T were scared shitless by Google. Damn, for a word that's been around for like 20-something years, I think it's 20. It's it's been about 20, right? 15 maybe, I don't know. For a word that's been around for a while, it's still kind of hard to say. Google. Yeah, when Google Fiber showed up in the RTP, or the triangle area here, then Time Warner, now Spectrum, and AT&T, were scared shitless by it, and it's like, oh shit, yo, we can get you fiber. You want fiber? Oh, we can get you fiber. Here's fiber. So I'm looking forward to eventually rolling up and probably getting faster speeds than what I normally do. I wouldn't say that it would change the quality of anything. That's kind of like, it's like the beauty, but also at the same time, it's like diminishing returns. The way content is produced, the way it's being uploaded and provided to everybody from MajorsHouse, whether it's on YouTube, Twitch, what have you, website. Except for the website. The performance there has been drastically improved because I moved it. I took it way off site. It's not even hosted anywhere in the house, and it will continue to be that way. DigitalOcean has provided to me a great service. I'm not sure why my Zabbix stuff went down when I tried using them before, but I took a gamble on DigitalOcean again, made sure that I could post GamersSF and MajorsHouse.com on DigitalOcean's droplet servers, and they've been doing fantastic ever since. And then, went ahead and embraced cloud. So when it came to storage, we were using Amazon S3 so to store videos and photos that are uploaded to the server. So, and shouts out to WordPress and the developers who created a plugin that allowed me to, every time I upload a photo, every time I upload a video, it instantly gets uploaded to Amazon S3. So nothing is being hosted on the actual server, on the VPS that MajorsHouse or GamersSF is stored on. So like it costs me money to do so, but at least I'm looking at it now where with the new job, with the oh shit, there were some cars driving down the highway there, like the cars from the movie, like the Disney Pixar film Cars. Anywho, like luckily I've been put into a position where I'm fortunate enough to be able to afford even doing that. As much as it was cool to host that shit in my house, and technically I still host servers in the house. I still have my mail server there. I still have the web portal for the mail server there. It was cool to host MajorsHouse.com out of my house. It was pretty awesome. And even then too, even though it's like living on DigitalOcean now, they're sitting on plain Ubuntu boxes that had it was plain Ubuntu boxes that had WordPress, I think, automatically installed on them. If not, I installed them. I think they're pre-configured WordPress instances that was able to get configured, up and running, and all the content ported over to them, like with relative ease. For those who don't know, I am working at Pivotal. Like, that's my new job. That's why we're moving. So I work downtown Raleigh at a company called Pivotal that provides cloud solutions. And, they have like a web services solution that I could have easily paid for and, put some work into it. But it would have cost me a lot more money to use their services, to where using PWS or Pivotal Web Services is more like for a company that actually has that money to spend and do that level of stuff. I don't. I'm pretty sure DigitalOcean droplets are like for testing, but my sites aren't that big. They don't need a lot of bandwidth. They don't need a lot of space, because nobody really goes there. And it's not nobody ever visits my site. Like, no, it's just nobody goes there. It's fine. It's whatever. Like for me, a lot of this stuff is to differentiate myself from a lot of people who are online, to show like, look, this is like my bread and butter. What brings the bacon home for me currently is Linux sysadmin. Well, not anymore. Actually, it's like cloud-based support. But at the time when I really got into this, like, yeah, it was Linux administration, Linux shit. And I still want to do that. With DigitalOcean, I still can. Like, I don't have to do this at home anymore. And then again, because it's on enterprise level shit, you know, you get the website loaded a lot faster. And like, that makes me a lot happier too, because like now I don't have to wait to load MajorsHouse.com to post content for you guys. Like, it sounds like, oh, just wait, spin. Like, no, that shit just boom, it's done. So yeah, like stuff like that. Shit, I forgot where I was going with that. I just started talking. This is why I wish I was streaming this, because then at least some people would have me, you know, focused. But going back, shit, I'm gonna took off cruise control and start speeding again. I love it. I love speed. But to go to like me trying to differentiate myself, like this is one thing where recently I have made comments, and you know, nobody's questioning me on it. I was like, how dare you say that you don't you stream? How dare you say, you know, influencers are dumb, or yeah, like the description for this for the recent podcast, Not Your Friends. Yeah, but influencers are scum. Ultimately, it was to just play into the whole, you know, doom and gloom, like just like the depressing nature of how that show began, and kind of where my head was. Like, I would love for Kat and Jimmy to come up with captions and music to use. Believe it or not, like, we all agree that the beginning music for Not Your Friends for this week was going to be Linkin Park's Numb. But yeah, like the captions is something I come up with. We've now gotten to a point where, yes, we will figure out somewhere in the show what the show title is going to be, and they have been amazing. I love the show titles for Not Your Friends. Again, the two favorite ones was episode 11's 1+10, Bang Bang Shooty Shooty, and episode 12's Peace, Love, Equality, and Lions, hygiene is important. And then, you know, like, and then I take the thumbnails and stuff. So, like, last week's thumbnail was My Little Pony, which was hilarious because I noticed that more people in a week had listened to the My Little Pony episode. Not the fact that, like, it was like the only time we talked about My Little Pony was like a small little insignificant part. Which I found out that somebody actually was at that event. Like, Awakened Heathen was apparently at the 2014 event where that shit happened, with the guy I was talking about in that show. I'll see if I can find some pictures from that. Like, I did not know he was at the Frontier. Man, that's dope though. I'm glad he enjoyed himself. Because he said he enjoyed the Red Bull. He said he didn't stay late either, so that, you know, everybody who was there, like, were regulars at that point, stayed to the end. But he said he consumed some Red Bull, but he didn't load his car with them. To which he was like, yeah, thank you, Awaken Heathen, thank you for that. And shouts out to him, Scarfinger, new and improved, man. The new Scarfinger, Scarcasm Live, so on there Thursday. So yeah, shouts out to them. They're doing some dope shit. I was glad to talk. I was very happy to talk to Scar again. I hadn't talked to him in a minute. Like, last time I talked to a lot of them, like, I was having just problems. I just don't know what. I guess I just don't know what I want out of life, and I just like fucking ghost and just kind of just take years. And I'm trying to make sure I'm not taking years off of Twitch, not taking years off the internet. I actually enjoy doing this shit. But yeah, like, for those group of friends, like, I took some time away and then slowly came back. So yeah, it's definitely been good to connect with Scar again and you know, chop it up and, you know, kind of picked up where we left off. 2013 was a weird time. Let's see. But like, I'm trying to differentiate myself from a lot of people who are on Twitch, a lot of people who are streaming, making content, because of the fact that it's not like I want to make a living streaming. I would like to make a living creating content and helping other people do the same. you know, this camera is actually really helpful because now I can actually really see people in my blind spot without having to reference cameras. Like I can, you know, just look forward, look here. Oh, there's a car right there. I can't change lanes right now. Wouldn't do this like for like long ass trips because I'm pretty sure my iPhone X will like fucking catch fire. And also if I use another camera, I have no other way of charging it. Like my Sony Alpha A500, like I can't use it and charge it at the same time, which is really dumb. Which even with this setup that I have, I probably will only be using my phone. I didn't realize how the clip worked, so I bought one to where apparently it's being used only for cell phones, which sucks, but man, what can you do? But again, it's been nice to be able to use as a streaming thing. So, but yeah, like I want to be able to differentiate myself and say, like, look, I want to cover games. I want to cover technology. The only reason why I got into Twitch is because of the fact that I saw where people were going. I saw where the medium was going. Like I can sit there and can apply to people. I can talk to people and say, hey, I would like to help out. What can I do to help? Like, it's not so much like, look, I don't want to give you money. I want to actually do some fucking work. I actually like want to have someone I can put my name on, and you know, like not necessarily ride their coattails, but like, say, all right, look, I'm a part of this thing too. Look at what I'm doing. I want to be able to contribute. I can care less if I'm running my own shit. Like, I don't want to sit there and go to a site, do work over there. Let's at least see, look, I'm doing this shit right here. I'm doing this shit right here, and then split off. Like, if that's what happens just because of some other shit, some creative differences, whatever. But honestly, like, I just want to be able to do the dope shit that I'm doing for a well-established platform. Like, the thing is, I can point this to a lot of people and say, yo, like, they don't have what I have. What can I do? What can I do to help you? What can I do to bring the services, the knowledge, the expertise, the know-how that I have to you? I don't know, I'm still like looking out, just like, ooh, shiny car. And again, this is where a lapel will come into play, because if I'm talking like this, you may not be able to hear me. Sorry, I was looking at something. Actually, I'm gonna stop and get lunch. I'm gonna see how this works too. Stop and get something to eat. But yeah, like I want to be able to take what I know and bring it to someone else who does not have that. And like the thing is, like I know there are people who don't. Also, what I would like to do is go to an established place and actually, you know, get exposure to new things. Like, it's one, like, to see what I've been able to do with just consumer level shit has been great. I don't have the money. I don't even have the connects to get anything like fucking enterprise related. What I would like to do is get with an established person, like established company. Okay, so a state trooper just drove by, and apparently I'm not bringing. He didn't pull me over, but then again, he probably didn't even notice this was here. I want to be able to work with those established brands, actually work with some doper technology, like again, like using this Gorilla Pod, hanging it up on my rearview mirror may not be the most legal of things, but all right, look, there has to be other ways, or I've seen other ways. I've seen doper ways of being able to shoot video footage in a car, probably involving a whole bunch of GoPros. They were involving a whole bunch of GoPros, and it's something that, you know, it's something I probably could do if I spent a lot of money to do that, to actually connect my car up in so many ways using GoPros. But then it's like, well, how do I get them to start? Do I just hit record and hop in a car and just hope that all the footage that I was recording off of that GoPro will work? Like battery constraints. Like, there's a lot of things I would like to get into, like to understand this shit, but it costs money to do that. So to be able to work for dope production companies, to be able to do something like that will be really cool. Or to be able to, you know, hey, like shoot car videos, and, you know, hey, you want something in a car? Sure, you know, hook up some cameras and hey, here you go. So you got car videos. Actually, you know what? I think I want some Taco Bell. Got so much trash in here too. Do I want Taco Bell? I'm debating. I should. You know what? No, I need a salad. I really do. As much as I've not had Taco Bell in a long time, I really do need a salad. So, also, eventually I need to take a right turn. I feel like I've taken a whole bunch of lefts, but not a lot of rights. I know when I get towards the house, I'll be taking some right turns, but oh boy, this will be interesting. Oh, there's plenty of space. I can go this way, so I'm gonna drive around them. You know what? I'm not even gonna cut all this out. So I like shooting raw video. Actually, no, I'm gonna cut some of this out. Yep. So, yeah, I admit I kind of stopped that stream because I didn't want anybody who did not want to be in here, who did not want to be recorded in any form or fashion, to be recorded. Just to make sure everything was off, and just order Arby's like we're supposed to. Like to get my farmhouse salads. And salads are really good. Like I get the crispy chicken. They put bacon in there. Just the bacon. I think the bacon just is what sets it off. Like just good. So, all right, now I'm gonna go home. So, and also probably since the last time I readjusted the camera, and apparently it seems like it's kind of unadjusted itself. So let's see here. Let me see if I can maybe put it back. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna see if that works. This got to be where I can kind of like really just tighten that grip a bit. But in the same token too, like it's just something I'm gonna have to learn how to do every time, because I'm not gonna keep the Gorilla Pod or the Gorilla. It was a Gorilla Pod. I'm gonna keep that in here all the time. I'm gonna take it out. Probably use it in other places too. So yeah, bumps tend to jostle a little bit. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I got speed bumps at home too, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah, trips home with this thing are gonna be fun unless I can figure out how to really tighten it down on the rearview mirror here. Damn, diesel is expensive. So yeah, like probably gonna have to come and adjust it every so often, which will be fine as long as it doesn't go flying off the handle. But yeah, like the one thing let's see, if I turn right, that means I go left. I think right turns will be okay. I think it's very sudden left turns will be the problem for me. I think I might know where I can get some very sudden left turn. So I'm gonna put this thing on sport. Sport mode. No. All right. Yeah, it actually did gotta kick it a little bit. Kind of see where we go here. All right. So, all right. Take our first right. I mean, we technically took a right when I was still in Durham, but that was way back in Durham. Alright. So like a law enforcement official up ahead, a Leo. Okay, yeah, I'm not taking that left turn because there is not a vehicle that is going down the same way, and I will not be able to really kick it down there, so... yeah, so I don't know. It seems like it's okay. Yeah, I would really like to try to see what this would be like streaming it. Not sure. I mean, well, the only thing I can think of, streaming a drive anywhere, maybe like a afternoon drive home from work or something like that, especially when I'm sitting in traffic. But then again, I guess that kind of takes away from podcasting and stuff, and that's what I like to do. I like to be entertained. I like to be entertained in my car instead of be entertaining, because I don't feel like I'm there yet to where I feel like, oh yes, I'm better than, you know, anybody that's doing a podcast. Oh great, so whoever this person is, they live where I live. Okay, it's a light, so alright. So we see here, you got a hard left, like nice 90-degree left turn here. I'm gonna see what happens when I take it. Take it so hard, so stiff. Ooh. Waiting for that. Alright, so here we go. Left turn. There's some bumps. You gotta see. Oh, okay, yep. That broke. Alright, well look, we can fix it. We fixed it. We fixed it. Alright, so yeah, there's still some bumps here. There's still some things we need to take care of. What are they digging? Are they digging a road there? Oh wait, we don't have speed bumps. You know, I've lived here for 4 years. And I was like, yo, we got speed bumps here. We don't have speed bumps. We got stop signs, but no speed bumps. Looks like they're digging a road back there. Alright, so looks like my wife and sister-in-law are at home. So yeah, I'm gonna pull in here and, you know, go eat my lunch. Let them be. So yeah, so we'll see where all this goes. So there will be some editing in this video. I was like, no, I'm just upload this just raw. No, it's gonna be some editing. Actually, I had to turn off a video, so try to get this up, and you know, we can look at this together and see if there's anything that can be done. But yeah, until then, it's your boy Mark Summers, MajorsHouse.com, and this has been a drive. Peace out.